So, I was browsing the aisles at Walmart, as one does, and I came across something interesting. You see, usually, the Walmart photo aisle just consists of like Polaroids, Fujifilms, but aside, there is one name that plagues the digital camera aisle at my Walmart: cheap Chinese generic brand products. This is the Vivitar Popsnap. This thing cost me $30? Yeah, $30. I got it at Walmart. That's the thing that surprises me. This is a modern product that I got at a Walmart, and it is, it's like an old digital camera looking thingy-madoodle. First off, it's obviously trying to appeal to that TikTok demographic. Alright, you guys are never gonna believe this. I was editing this video and I was thinking like, okay, maybe I could like grab a TikTok and throw it up there about and like make fun of the, you know, the funny TikTok people. This is a TikTok promoting the same camera, except it's not by Vivitar, it's just by a generic Chinese company. So I get the feeling our old friends at Vivitar are lying to us. This isn't actually Vivitar, which, you know, I kind of already knew that. They haven't made a product since the 90s as far as I'm aware. I've seen like 20 videos with this exact camera. On one hand, I'm kind of ticked that I paid $30 for this, but on the other hand, I'm kind of excited because now I get to market this video as I reviewed the TikTok camera. So this looks like it's capitalizing on that trend of just like nostalgia for digital cameras. Here's something interesting. 44 megapixels. 44 megapixels is quite a bit, but as any good camera user knows, megapixels does not a good camera make. Okay, last interjection unless something funny happens, but I did just want to say that the pictures that come out of this camera have a resolution of 2592 by 1944, which if you get it, if you multiply it together, that's a little over 5 megapixels. So it has, you can tell it was made for the social media craze. So this actually supports replaceable batteries and card slots, which is interesting. It also has a tripod head, and it records 1080p video, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to record some video on this thing for you guys. Features are pretty basic. Yep, there it is. Digital zoom, digital zoom. Kind of looked like optical zoom on the front. Maybe that's just like a haha, we fooled you kind of thing, I guess. A built-in memory takes over 100 pictures. That's not a lot. This has got to be in like the megabytes of storage space. Ooh, I'm getting demonetized. I'm showing a knife. Here's the camera. Feels cheap as expected. Basically weighs nothing. I wonder if you can buy new batteries for it. 500 milliamp hours. That's basically the same as an R8. Oh. Stop! Important! Please do not return to store. If you're having trouble, we're here to help. Do not return it. Please, we're begging you. Well, just give us a chance. Don't return it. Whatever. You can go with Dr. James. Oh, it's turning on. Oh, it makes generic camera noises. So if I had to guess, this is gonna be like a webcam parts, honestly. Oh, we got effects. So we have black and white, sepia, red, green, blue, sunset, warm, cool, overexposure, IR, binary, vivid, undertone, dog eye, albedo, gothic, Japanese style, Lomo. Some of these make it very obvious that this is supposed to be like infinite film camera kind of thing. So we'll see. I would say as of right now, this thing is like pretty generic at best. I haven't really gotten to test. In fact, let's test right quick. Let's get a selfie. All right, so that's our selfie there. It's kind of difficult. I really would think they would have some sort of basic flip out screen so you could like vlog and selfie with it. Guess not. That's not really how this thing rolls. So it's kind of difficult to actually tell what you're taking a picture of. I think what I'm gonna have to do is go outside, go on a photo walk, get some pictures, come back and tell you guys what's up. Oof, it looks like I was right about the whole storage must be in the megabytes thing, because this thing has 5.3 megabytes of internal storage. Well, I found something horrible. If you use the internal memory of this camera, you can only shoot in 640 by 480. At least I'm assuming that's how it works, because these pictures are only 640 by 480. That's bad. That's really bad. Pictures don't automatically rotate. So if I like shoot vertical, I have to actually manually come in here myself. There we go. I have to manually rotate it myself. We got beautiful image quality here. You can see this consists mainly of gravel. That's actually not a half bad image if it was taken on a good camera. And these power lines are like super pixelated. You can literally see the stair-stepping effect. I wanted to take this picture to test the dynamic range of the camera. It didn't do that bad, I don't suppose. Yeah, these pictures are just kind of generally unimpressive. This is extremely blurry for some reason. 1/500th of a second, so I don't know why this has... It reeks of motion blur. That's not a bad picture. It would be a lot better if it wasn't in 640 by 480, but it would also be a lot better if I didn't take it on this camera. So make of that as you will. I wanted to test all of the filters, right? So we got black and white, so we got sepia, which looks like I'm using the night reader on my phone. So this is red, green, and blue, which is kind of weird that they have these as filters. I don't know why you would particularly want that. And then this, I'm not entirely sure what these are called. I'll pop it up on screen here at the bottom in text, what the filter's called. This is green. Kind of interesting. This is cyan. This is super overexposed, and I specifically remember there is something called overexposed. That's one of the filters, so I don't know why you would want that. This is interesting. That's kind of weird. This is the binary mode, so it only shoots in black and white. Like no gray or anything, although that looks suspiciously gray to me, which means that this is not actually shooting in black and white. There's that. I think this is dog's eye, which is like a colorblind filter. Or maybe this is dog's eye. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I'll put the actual names at the bottom here. Or maybe that's dog's eye. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, these are pretty generic filters. It makes everything kind of look like a colorblind filter, not gonna lie. I think this is vivid, because the colors just look a little more saturated. It's not by much though. It's not really by much. I think this one specifically is called lomography, and this one's actually probably the most in-depth filter, or it's called Lomo. And so lomography, as far as I can tell, is using old cheap Russian point-and-shoot cameras to take pictures. But the thing about them is, you know, it kind of gives that effect of like super vignetted. It just has a certain vibe to it. This is negative, if you can tell, and that's all the filters that it has. I'm kind of disappointed, honestly. I kind of expected more. As for the rest of this, I tried doing some macro, and so it didn't want to focus on the flower, but whenever I zoomed in, it's garbage. So it's either the resolution of gravel or out of focus. Pick your poison, I suppose. As for the rest of this, I mean, you can see more stair-stepping on the power lines, probably just because of the super low resolution. Yeah, it kind of sucks. I'm gonna try and vlog with this thing now. Hopefully I'm in frame. What's up everyone, I'm super popular content creator, and I'm here on a sponsored trip with Canon USA. I'm here in the beautiful town of my basement because it's raining outside, and I'm here to review with you the Canon 24-70 f2, and of course this is Canon's most expensive lens. And I just want to say, as part of this review, that if you're not using this lens, you're not a photographer.
So I went out on a nice photo walk with this thing, and
Yeah, it turns out I was right. It turns out this thing's a complete pile of garbage. To no one's surprise, really. Yeah, I really don't have much else to say. For some reason, this thing only shoots 640 by 480 when you don't have the card, or whenever you don't have a card plugged in, probably because it only has 5 megabytes of storage internally. So much for 44 megapixels, huh? Not trying to scam people there, are we, Vivitar? Oh. I didn't know this was the TikTok camera. That kind of surprised me. As for should you buy this thing? No. It's pretty obvious that you should not be buying this. I mean, do I even have to say anything? It's terrible. Even for like, oh, I want the vintage digital camera look. No, just avoid this thing because this isn't gonna give you the vintage digital camera look. And here's the secret that no one wants to tell you about vintage digital cameras, okay? And here's the secret. There's nothing to it. It's not CCD. It's not just the technology of the era. It's nostalgia. Cameras back then really aren't that different from cameras now. I mean, sure, the technology, the internals, things have obviously improved. Autofocus has gotten a lot better. Video capabilities didn't exist back then. But realistically, after a certain point, nothing really changed. Colors changed. That's the big thing. See, in the early days of cameras, camera companies wanted to make their cameras look a lot more like film to appease film shooters. And so when you get these digital cameras that shoot infinite film, they don't actually shoot infinite film. They shoot color profiles that kind of sort of look like film. And if you really, really want to shoot infinite film, none of the issue, not have to buy a stupid dumb camera like this, you know what you do? You pull out your smartphone, you install Lightroom, and you use presets. You use Adobe Lightroom Mobile has vintage presets that you can just search up, you can apply. I'm even gonna do a video about it, and to boot, I'm gonna record it on this thing because I think that'd be funny. I like watching you people suffer. So, that being said, don't buy this thing. If you really want one of those old digital cameras to like mess around with, buy a proper Sony or Canon because whenever something is made to be good, it's good, but when something is made to be crap, it's crap. Hey Oreo, what are you doing, girlie? Are you ignoring me? Huh? Are you ignoring me? What's up? What's up?